Hi,
Okay.
we're
Hey,
back
Yeah.
with another episode of Nintendawgs. We're your hosts, Lewis.
Tom.
I'm Riley. We're like first episode. We came very prepared, as you can tell.
Today we're gonna be talking about like songs and stuff like that from like when we were younger, and hopefully like you guys remember some of them, and it'll be interesting to like walk through some of these. So, yeah, we'll get started. I'm mostly relying on like my Spotify account to like look at a lot of these songs, but I mean, I'm sure these guys might remember something.
I'm just relying on the PTSD childhood, Disney Channel type childhood that I had. So we'll see how that goes.
I'm relying on my mom and dad's aux in the car from 2003 to 2013.
Oh yeah, that as well. 2003. Oh, you're getting
I
the
was born.
precognitive born dreams.
Well, like my earliest song, like I can remember from like 2007. So
Kiss me through the phone.
What song?
yeah, my song, my mom used to tell me I used to just go bananas when the song would play in the car. It was Crazy by Gnarls Barkley.
What?
Yes. So that song would come on the radio, and my mom said every single time that song came on the radio, I would just cheer up. And like I would be like, oh, it's crazy. I'd be like a 4-year-old kid.
Crazy, but I don't know that one. Is that the one that
I'm thinking of?
I thought that was CeeLo Green.
I did too, but when he was saying it, I was like, I think that's which one.
Yeah, so that's the one. And I would just come on the car, and I'd be sitting there in like my booster seat in the back seat, and I'd be like, oh my gosh, this is my
Stuff
song.
in your face and some Gerber.
Yeah.
Go-
That was the noise I would make.
It's 2007, so he's like 4. He's moved on from
Going
Gerber.
That was like the first, like my earliest memory of just like loving a song. That would probably be the one. It just, my mom said it would just come on and you would just go, you just loved it.
Shotgun and go squeeze in the back seat.
With the go.
jam the thing against your head.
Pull out my seatbelt, make sure it's completely tightened.
Oh my gosh. That's pretty funny. Yeah. I mean, it is funny that I also thought it was CeeLo Green, but
Nah, it was just like, I've never heard of that guy since that song. Well, actually, speaking of that, my next song was Forget You by CeeLo Green.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That was a little later. That was like 2010, maybe 2011.
I just remember hearing that one a lot.
Yeah, I'm glad that you like started it out like when you were like your first,
Yeah.
because it makes me think of my first. So my like first, I had two. One of them is a little like normal because I feel like when you're like I feel like white boys always have the
Yeah.
the really hardcore rock song that like I know a lot of kids like We Will Rock You maybe like. For
Oh,
instance,
yeah,
mine
yeah,
was
yeah.
mine was Eye of the Tiger.
No, wait, that's my next song on the
Yeah,
list.
yeah. I have the Tiger when I was maybe like 4. But
Okay.
it was that was my normal like kid song. My weird one was for some reason the hardcore Trans-Siberian Orchestra Christmas song.
Oh, the one.
The one that's like dun, 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 dun. Yeah, dude, I went. Yeah, when I was like 4, man, I was like headbanging in the back seat, man.
No Mariah Carey for this.
Wolfing
guy,
down
Christmas.
my Yo Play,
And you're
my little Trix yogurt.
not for kids.
Uh,
I mean,
No,
not
I
for
think
rabbits.
I think it
Not
is,
for
it is
rabbits.
heavily marketed towards kids.
Kids, never mind.
Yeah. When I think about whatchamacallit, like music like that, my parents would know this one. So when I was like really, really young, my dad would play Feel Good Inc. by the Gorillas. Do you know that song?
I don't.
yeah, I do. That's the only gorilla song I
I
know.
might. Your rendition really.
It's like
does.
if you don't know the Gorillas, you probably know that song. It's like I don't like the Gorillas really, but it's like the only song I know by them.
I'm sure if without the Tom cover, I probably could get it.
Yeah.
It was good.
I don't know. He did a pretty good
Yeah,
job.
yeah, he tried. I just.
No, he did It sounds pretty much like what he.
Oh, really?
Yeah, well, yeah,
Okay.
it's exactly what the guy
Yeah,
did.
I just
Yeah.
gotta.
So apparently, like when I was younger, like I think I was like I don't know, maybe 3 or 4, and I would make the noise as like the singer would, because he does like that little like the little thing. So I would do the exact same thing, and my dad was like, "Oh, look at him! You can copy him. That's good."
He's a little musician prodigy.
Absolutely not.
What's your SoundCloud, Tom?
My SoundCloud for the longest time, my SoundCloud like avatar thing. Do you guys remember in like 5th grade there was like the little like emoji characters that you could make, and like everyone was obsessed with making them. You know what I'm talking about? Like it was like an animated version of yourself.
You mean like Xbox Avatar?
It was kind of like that,
Oh,
but
or
like
you're me?
Like a Bitmoji.
yeah, it was like a
Yeah.
primitive version of like the Bitmoji and stuff like that, and I
Okay.
used that for the longest time, and it was like a cartoon version of me with like the South Korean flag on the background. So, and I had that until like
I'm
maybe
multicultural.
yeah, exactly. Like
I'm different.
I had that for maybe until like last month. So,
Mine was Lil Tay.
What made you change?
I honestly don't know. I felt like I probably outgrew that. Not that I outgrew South Korea. It's just I didn't want to. I didn't want that fucking animated shit on my on my phone anymore. I couldn't stand it. It reminded me when I was in like middle school and stuff like that.
This is a bit like off topic, but like it just reminds me of like when I go onto my Wii every now and then and I check out my old like
Oh
Wii
my
version
God.
of myself from like 4th grade, and I'm like, but like at the time I was probably like a bloated little like kid with a buzz cut, but like I put myself down as like an alpha Chad, and so I put myself down as like some like really burly muscular kid with like long flowing hair. Meanwhile, I had like a buzz cut and I was like 60. I was like 30 pounds overweight. But
Yeah,
nah.
yeah, music. We can talk about Wii music later, but I kind of wanted to piggyback off your "Eye of the Tiger" thing. So like in the car, just I think "Crazy" was my fondest memory. But on the way to school from kindergarten to 2nd grade, we would listen to 2 songs in the car. One of them was "Eye of the Tiger"
Yeah.
for the girls, because for those of you that don't know on the podcast, I come from a relatively big family, and the other song was "Eye of the Tiger" for the boys. So the girls' song, which I also wrote down, was "Barbie Girl" by Aqua. It was "I'm a Barbie
That's pretty.
girl."
Yeah, that's
in a-
pretty.
It's a pretty popular one.
Yeah,
That's,
so
that's a jammer.
so we would listen to those 2, and it would like we'd start with one and then go to the other because it was like a 10-minute drive to school. So we'd listen to both of those, and that was our ride, like every morning consistently. So that was just kind of our.
I can clearly remember when I was in like 6th or 7th grade, maybe it was like so it was the same Bruno Mars album that had "Runaway Baby." I think it was "When I Was Your Man." That song.
Is that I don't know if I'm right, but is that Doo-Wops and Hooligan?
Yeah, I think
something
with the
like
doo-wops
that.
and Hooligan.
Yeah.
Is that the one that's like orange with like the?
Is that
Yes.
Path on
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
Yeah.
I think like I
It was like
remember.
09.
Yeah, that was like 2009.
Yeah. So.
Cause that had like
Yeah.
all that had like a huge collection. Of
That was
songs.
a
Yeah.
really good album.
That wasn't Treasure. That was
before Treasure.
was that like Staring at the Moon, or whatever that's what it's called?
Walking
Yeah, I'm
to
talking.
the moon. Yeah, that one.
Thank you, Bruno Mars.
Yeah, that's not us. Guest appearance by Bruno Mars. But yeah, so that was one I always remembered, especially like "When I Was Your Man" was a big one. I'm not exactly sure when that came out.
Grenade. I don't know if that's on that one.
Grenade, yeah, I've listened to Grenade. Black Eyed Peas, Black Eyed
Oh,
Peas,
Black Eyed
yeah,
Peas, yeah.
like I mean, Elefunk is just like one of the, like the classic songs. My Humps, Fergalicious, like just any of those like are really big. Although Fergalicious is Fergie's solo work.
I was about to say, I think
Yeah.
Fergalicious might be my one of, if not my actual least favorite song of all time.
Fergalicious.
Songs I would never want to hear at like any like party or anything.
Leave the party.
These are songs
Yeah.
from my childhood. It doesn't
So
matter.
top 10 songs I'd never want to hear at my funeral.
One Fergalicious.
You're dead. It doesn't matter. You know.
Well, you know, I don't want people to remember me freaking
Liking Fergalicious.
Fergalicious.
You have a reputation to uphold.
Yeah, exactly. It's
I think for me it was like the other Black Eyed Peas song. What's their most popular? Oh, the one about
Just Can't
Let's
Get
get it
Enough.
started.
No, what's the one where they're talking about like having a good night?
Oh.
No, it's like
No. What's it called? Dirty bit. Do.
Wait.
I
No,
know-
it's
I know,
one where it's
yeah.
like tonight's gonna be a good night.
Yeah,
I don't know the name.
I got a feeling.
Yeah, that
Okay.
one. Yeah, that's the one. That's the one.
That's
I
the
get.
album with the green face on it.
with "I'm a Bee."
I'm a Bee is
Yeah.
one of the greatest fucking Black Eyed Peas
I don't know
songs
if I knew
ever.
that one.
I'm a Bee. I'm gonna be rich on next level.
I actually don't know if
On
I know
that
that
bass
one.
treble.
Treble.
I'm
'Cause-
a Bee,
'cause
boom, boom,
I
boom.
love-
I'm a Bee, do what you wanna do.
I'm a Bee. I'm a Bee. I'm a Bee.
I actually don't think I know that one, to be honest. I love Just Can't Get Enough though.
Sipping on.
Yeah, that song. We
But
played
I
this
actually
morning on a run.
do you guys know Pump It?
Pump It.
Yeah,
Pump It's a
yeah.
great one.
I always felt like that one was like underrated. Like I feel like people never talked about that one.
In retrospect, the Black Eyed Peas low key like owned our childhood like that. I
mean,
didn't even
they
think
still
about
make
that till
music.
now.
I feel like
Do
there's
they
still.
really?
I feel like there are a lot of like examples of that though. I feel like
Yeah.
Black Eyed Peas is just. But I mean, like Pitbull was pretty good. I mean, he still is, but he was pretty good back in that.
Mr.
era.
305, Mr. Worldwide. Yeah, keep going.
Like what was like I loved Timber and Feel This Moment. Those were both,
Yeah. Christina Aguilera.
One of the craziest openings to a song that I've ever heard was like, what was it like? Picture that. Picture yourself in Times Square with a Kodak.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
What song is that?
That was Tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was Give Me Everything. So I have a funny story about that song. A funny car story. So
Wait, who sang the song?
Pitbull.
Oh, okay.
Give Me Everything. It's
Oh,
but it's
yeah,
with
yeah.
Pitbull. It's
And
Pitbull.
Neo, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
but it's with
yeah.
it's with like 6 people.
Okay.
Like
okay.
it's a huge like it's insane. But I remember that song because it's like a 5-minute long like ballad or something. But I remember I would just sit in the backseat of the car and I'd be like playing like air piano to that song, and there's not even like any piano. It would just be like them singing, and I'd be like, "Bee wee 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 wee." I know the notes, and my mom would be like, "Oh my gosh, my son is a musician,
Oh my
musical
God.
prodigy."
My son is Mr. 305.
Oh my gosh, Yo-Yo Ma, is that you? I'm doing Flight of the Bumblebee in the backseat. Pitbull song.
The cellist. Yeah.
At the moment, he knew.
Yes.
Pitbull definitely encouraged a lot. But then, like, moving away from that, like, dance music growing up, too.
Well, that is dance music.
Well, like talking about on the subject.
Yeah.
Like, the one was Gangnam Style. I mean, you guys remember, I was in 3rd grade. You guys were, what, 4th grade?
Yeah, we were 4th.
Like, everyone remembers Gangnam Style. It's all you
Gangnam Style always gets paired with me to like the Harlem Shake because I was like the same time.
okay,
Harlem
yeah.
Shake was just after, but they were both like the crazy dances that we would do
Yeah.
at school.
And the teachers would be, like, super confused.
What a terrible era.
So-
Whip, nay, whip.
So I have a couple of things to say about that song. Number one, as a Korean person and being to Gangnam, which is the correct pronunciation of it, which is like obviously like you guys don't know that like the song pronounces it like a certain way as well. Like
Gangnam.
yeah,
Oppa Gangnam Style.
yeah, exactly. Like I mean, people all the time would ask me if I knew what they were saying. I was like 9 and like super like just like my parents never taught me Korean, so I was just making shit up as I went. I was like, yeah, I know exactly what the fuck's going on in that song. And the other thing is like you can blame Psy for like all the K-pop stands today because that was the first big Korean K-pop song to make it to the United States. So, you know, if you have anyone that's an annoying like BTS fan, you can blame Psy, you know. So yeah, feel
Dang.
free.
What our world could have been.
Yeah. We were playing that the other day too, if we want to keep on the dance music. International Love. Remember that one?
That's a good song.
Yeah, we were talking about that. And Chris Brown.
Don't like Chris Brown.
I'm not. Yeah, I could maybe name like 1 or 2 Chris Brown songs that I could like listen to.
Yeah.
Never been like a big fan though.
Yeah.
Though, switching it over a little bit, but kind of staying on track, DJs, specifically David Guetta.
Oh, yeah.
That one, he had that one album
Titanium.
that it had Titanium on it, but it was like the album with him like on the wall. But I have to like, because I was talking to one of our friends the other day about it, Kobe.
Shout out Kobe.
But that album, what is it called? It's called Nothing But the Beat, and it came out in 2011.
Is that the one with? I don't think it's the one with Memories.
Yes, it had no. It doesn't have Memories because that's what's his name.
That's David Guetta.
Yeah,
Kid
but isn't
Cudi.
that Kid Cudi?
Yeah, but it's on a David
Kid Cudi did Day and Night as well, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, David Guetta did a really cool remix of that song as well.
Yeah.
He did Crank It Up. I mean, I'm not a big fan of that song, but I can only imagine with Chris Brown, Without You, that was the really big hit. Turn Me On with Nicki Minaj.
Yeah, David Guetta did a phenomenal. Like another example of David Guetta, if you understand that, it's like Calvin Harris.
Yeah, Calvin Harris was a little later.
Yeah,
but,
you're right.
But like Feel So Close, yeah.
Summer.
Summer,
Yeah.
Summer was great.
Oh, you got songs like Slide with Frank Ocean and Migos. That was more
Yeah,
high
that's-
school
that's-
movement, but
yeah.
still like memories, you know.
So speaking of this, I see another song on here by David Guetta, Where Them Girls At.
Oh my
Which-
gosh, Despicable Me.
What?
Despicable Me too.
Despicable.
Is it in Despicable Me?
Yeah, it's when the Mexican macho lord is throwing a party, and that's the song they're playing.
What was it? What song?
Where them girls at? From Despicable Me.
I mean,
I guess.
I mean, good
it's
on
a very,
you.
Yeah, that's a very
Sorry.
interesting. This I was gonna go into is where them girls at is it's Flo Rida.
Oh, fucking Flo Rida.
That is
That's a crazy. I mean, it's
Apple
Oh, I forgot about
bottom
that.
jeans.
That was supreme.
groundbreaking. It still
Absolutely.
is.
Yeah.
I almost put that as my yearbook quote. Shawty got low, 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 low. Philosophical.
Why
man.
didn't you, Riley?
I don't know. I was shy.
Flo Rida is the reason that we pulled out of Afghanistan. I hope you all. I hope you all.
I want to
know that.
say, like, unironically. Okay. Oh boy.
Are you gonna say he didn't?
I,
I'm sure he just said,
I-
"Stop
to be
that
honest-
shit" in auto tune, and it was over.
to be
That would be
honest,
T-Pain. I'm just kidding.
I can't confirm nor can I deny, but I was gonna say that Wild Ones always and
Oh.
forever will be one of my like top, like, I don't know, get me out of bed songs.
That gets you out of bed.
It's a good song.
It's a good song. It's just.
It's
like-
one of those songs that I listened to a lot when I was a kid, and then like 6 years go by and I haven't listened to it, and then like a year ago I like heard it again. Same with Stereo Hearts. That was the
my
other-
that was the
God,
other
that's
one.
Yeah,
Awesome
that's a
song.
great.
That's
That was
song.
the
awesome,
other one.
awesome
It
song.
gives me like weird roller skating rink memories, flashbacks.
That's how I feel
Never been to
about
the
all
roller
of these songs.
Yeah,
It's like,
that's all,
Like, I hear these
yeah.
at like a roll, like it's like you're on a field trip and like your crush is like two like skaters.
Oh, I thought you were
ahead
2
of
years
you.
old.
No. No.
I was like, what?
No, your crush is two skates ahead of you. Two skaters ahead.
Clarification. He's saying 2 skaters ahead, not 2
Yeah.
years old.
And well, you guys are the only ones who you guys don't let me.
No, you
finish.
said 2, and then there was a little bit of a
Stuttering.
Yeah,
hefty
and then
pause.
you guys always jump in. Fuck.
I'm
Yeah, so
sorry.
you have to go. But yeah, so but I mean, speaking of like whatchamacallit, like it was funny because we're talking about Flo Rida. I thought of like T-Pain, just like that kind of era of like kind of like house music or like just like kind of like house party music. And T-Pain like Buy You a Drink, Bartender, just like classic songs.
I don't think I don't think I know a single T-Pain song.
You're kidding? No,
I don't think I know a single one.
You've definitely heard it before.
Maybe. I don't know. But
5 o'clock is probably one of my favorite songs to listen to, like when like after a party or anything.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Well, like good Life with Kanye.
The only
Yeah,
T-Pain song
that's
I can
good.
name off the top of my head is Low.
Oh, he is in that.
Yeah, that's right. He's
Yeah.
on
That's what
low.
I'm saying.
That's the only T-Pain song I think I can name.
So, I mean, number one, you have some homework to do.
I
T-Pain
know.
is so good at like just creating like cheesy love songs that are so good, and he's also just like an amazing person. Like if you look him up, like he's like a Twitch streamer now.
Oh really?
Yeah, he plays like
Everyone's a Twitch streamer though.
I know. Yeah, no, but he did it like
Phase T-Pain. What?
he played like Rainbow Six Siege like professional tournament or something or like some sort of like media event. But it was really funny. He's a very nice guy.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So yeah, love T-Pain.
You also got like a whistle too.
Whistle? Oh,
yeah.
Flo Rida. I don't know. That was a weird song to me.
Well, we kind of figured it out later on.
Yeah.
When we were in
Like,
third grade, we were singing in the car like, "This is awesome."
I just maybe it was because I tried because I'm an atrocious whistler and I've always been. So when I would try to whistle it, I would just get really pissed. So I'd be like trying to whistle off to the beat, and I'd be like, you know,
Want to be like Flo Rida? Want to
Yeah.
be the apple bottom jeans?
I want to be the wearer of apple bottom jeans.
In the
Just
boots
did-
with the fur.
Yeah.
Boots with the
Did
fur.
not. I don't think Flo Rida was
The
talking
one-
about himself in that song.
I don't think he was.
But-
Imagine he was. That would be the craziest self-love anthem.
So
of all
I wanted
time.
to wait a little. Yeah. Self-love. He's talking about his mixed persona.
He's shot. He got low, man.
He's talking about what he does after all of his homies leave, and he goes out on the night for some true fun. That's
Wow.
his real identity.
Yeah, that is a great segue because now that we're about 19 minutes in, I can get into the really deep dive. So when I was a kid, unfortunately, I got to share a little background. So my mom for like as far as I can remember, has always been a spin instructor. And so one of her things that she would do on the side, like when she wasn't working, is that she would have to find new like club music and dance music for like her playlist for her like class. Like she was actually responsible for that. And so growing up, a lot of the music that I listened to like in the car with her was like that kind of music. So I was brought up on a lot of, unfortunately, like Selena Gomez and Britney Spears.
Nothing wrong with either of them, by the way.
And no, I just, but the thing is that that's why I don't know like T-Pain. And like, I'm not gonna lie, I don't know if I told any of you guys this, but I've never heard International Love until like 2 months ago. I never heard the song before.
Really?
No.
I don't believe you.
That's such a good like that. I feel like that would be such a good spin song though.
I know. I don't
Like
know.
the bass and
I don't know.
synths and the whole.
I don't know. But it was also like I was a weird Disney Channel kid too, probably. So I was like Selena Gomez, and you know. But Britney Spears, I will say, has a lot of underrated songs. Surprisingly, like from like the late 2000s. Not like early Britney Spears. I'm talking like Womanizer Britney Spears. Like I Want to Go Britney Spears.
We fuck with Britney.
And that's how Riley got made into the man he is today.
I am team Britney. I do believe that she ran that 6-second 100-meter dash. That was, oh my gosh, I love bringing that up.
I'm just looking for.
Yeah, that
Kill the Lights. Kill the Lights is a good song.
Yeah, so
Is she the Hit Me Baby?
she is another.
Yeah.
So this album,
Femme Fatale.
Till the World Ends. If You See Amy, I Want to Go.
Trip to Your Heart, I've heard before.
Those were the songs that I'd put on my 3DS SD card that would just take up all of the storage. And so if I go into my 3DS now, it's just that. I have like some Rihanna on there. Some, what else?
You didn't touch Rihanna yet. I mean,
Yeah,
not like that.
no one's allowed to touch Rihanna.
Pause.
She's a
I do
princess.
not mean like that.
She's
A$AP
fucking gold.
It's
and
A$AP
everyone knows
Rocky's
it.
job. Shout out
Disgusting.
him. Dropping an album soon. Thank God.
She's the only girl in the world.
Sorry, I
I
did
wish.
not mean it like that. But
She
if we're
sets,
gonna,
she sets the standard high. I love Rihanna. I think that she just, I don't know. I like her music and I like her brand as well. Fenty is like just like a good designer brand as well. Like
yeah, we were talking about Rihanna this morning, like Disturbia too. We're talking
Disturbia.
music and of course my favorite Rihanna song is, I know it's mainstream and I'm gonna be like, oh my gosh, she's so like yeah, it's that one. It's the one with the Jay-Z intro. I love Umbrella. Ella, a.
Oh my God.
I remember once I really loved S&M when I was like a kid.
Yeah.
But I didn't know I didn't know what it meant. And so for some reason my mom was like, you're not allowed to download that song. And that was like the era where like I would love getting like iTunes gift cards for like Christmas or whatever, or, like birthdays. But I got S&M. I downloaded it against my mother's will. And I was jamming to it in my room, and my mom barged in, and she's like, "Is that the song?" And I was just like, it's a sample." And she was like, "All right." And then she shut the door. And I also was like, "It's clean, like it's a clean sample." But then I felt so guilty, so I deleted it. But I'll never forgot that.
You were saved by the skin of your teeth there.
It's all right. I was like SOS more anyway. It was in the Alvin and the Chipmunks survival movie.
Yeah.
The really bad one.
Yeah,
Was it Chipwrecked?
Yeah, it was horrible.
Road Chip.
Soon we'll be talking about favorite movies, but you know.
Yeah, Alvin and the Chipmunks. I don't know if that one will make the caveat.
It's probably
top 10 animated movies of all time.
Probably-
It's not even animated. It's like live action.
Well, so it's funny that you're talking about like animated movies and stuff like that because I think of like Curious George and I listened to Jack Johnson.
Oh,
and
that song is
one
so
of
good.
one
dude.
of the craziest soundtracks was like Jack Johnson who collaborated a little bit on it, I believe, and he did the Curious George movie, and he also has this music video. I think it's still on YouTube with him and Curious George. It just itches something in my brain. It makes me just so calm and like brings you back to a different place because it's so amazing. Like,
What was that song called again?
Upside Down.
Upside Down.
Yeah, Upside
it's
Down.
Such a good
Like
song.
he has other bops like making like banana pancakes.
Mm-hmm.
That's so good.
Well, I got plugged into Lullaby by Jack Johnson. Is that on the Curious George soundtrack?
Oh, it could be.
Because I think the album, like the album that it was on, had like Curious George on it, but I don't know if it was just like a bonus song or like what. Because I don't remember that in the movie. But also, I don't really remember the movie.
It's been so
I don't
long
remember the
since I've
movie
seen
too.
that
I just know as a kid, it was a big deal. When
I
it came
remember
out.
I remember Ivan. He used to scare me. Is that his name, Ivan, the bad guy?
Yeah, I think so.
He spooked me. He was a freaky dude.
I can't remember. That was a good movie though.
He looked like the guy from what the heck? The really burly like bad boss from Despicable Me.
Oh,
So
Macho.
sing along.
No, the first Despicable Me.
Lullaby is because
It
says
is. Yeah. That's the
sing-along
album.
songs and lullabies for the film Curious George.
Yeah, Lullaby's a sad song.
Isn't like
Yes, it's a tearjerker.
like come on, like how awesome of a guy is Jack Johnson?
I gotta listen to him more actually. Now that you bring him up.
I actually he released something recently. It's Sunsets or Someone Else in Big Sur, and so he someone sings just straight up in like Portuguese, and then Sunsets for Someone Else is a really sad song, but it's really good. And he's as a musician, he's very solid. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that made me laugh so much last semester when you were like, "Oh my gosh, Jack Johnson and Ziggy Marley concert," and I'm like, "Oh my gosh, it's in Orlando. We can go." And I'm like, "When is it?" And you're like, "August 19th," and I'm like, "That's today."
that is today. That is in 5 hours.
That is in 2 hours ago.
Yeah, that was my bad.
Yeah, that would have been a dope concert though. Ziggy Marley too.
I'm not too familiar with Ziggy Marley. I've heard like songs like here and there, but I've never looked them up.
That would have been I'm telling you, that would have been a great collab.
I know.
That would have been a great collab. It's a very unique. It's like a strawberry daiquiri type collab.
Strawberry daiquiri.
Sweet and salt, or like a martini or margarita, like a sweet and salty.
Yeah, if you put salt in the rim, yeah.
Yeah, if we're still talking about movie soundtracks though, because you said Curious George, like another one that I kind of grew up on a little bit was High School Musical.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
I know it was pretty young, but I just remember those songs were on the
The
radio.
Disney
Yeah.
Channel soundtracks sometimes, man, just
Just
you
hit.
know, guilty pleasures. Even today.
They still are low key. Like you got the High School Musical 2 soundtrack, which I think is the best one in my opinion. In my eighth grade, when I graduated 8th grade, we had to give a little performance, and we did the what's that most famous one where they're all dancing before?
Bet on it.
No, it's
Yeah, I'm not too familiar with the discography, but
it was We're All in This Together.
Oh
That we had to sing that.
Oh, that's cute.
Nah, it was we did some little cute choreography. It was but those movies, those are guilty pleasure soundtracks. Like I can catch myself listening to a few of those tracks every once in a while.
I don't know. Like I
Under
never
the Sea.
watched them when I
Under
was
the
that
Sea.
young. I actually only watched them because I was working as a camp counselor in like high school, kind of like my freshman sophomore year. So I was kind of forced to watch like 1 and 2, and then I don't remember anything from 3. I'm not sure if I've seen it, but is that the one that like before they go to college? Like because they're seniors in that one, right?
Yeah, that's where she gets into Stanford.
She gets into Stanford.
Yeah, she goes to Stanford.
It's a Disney Channel movie.
She gets into Stanford, and then like halfway through the film, she's like, "Oh, by the way, I'm going early for the spring semester tomorrow." And then Troy's like, "What?" And then she just like leaves. And he's like, it's like a whole scene where he's like, "Who am I? The boys are back." And he goes in the junkyard with the other guy, and they do dribbling basketball moves, and they like ball out. And then she's like, "I miss you so much." She drives all the way to Stanford.
Aw.
Average lifestyle in altitude.
I was saying, that seems like some white people shit. You know what I'm saying? Like that's not something achievable for most Americans.
Yeah. And like his 2001 truck that was like kept breaking in the whole movie. He like made it. I wouldn't miss it for the world. Like,
Yeah, I think I've only seen the first one. But...
yeah, I remember when my girlfriend drove all the way to Stanford for me.
Aw, so sweet, so wholesome.
I remember going to Stanford for sure.
Yeah.
My time there was crazy.
Yeah. I'm smart enough for that.
I'm fast enough for that too.
Yeah, I remember. I feel like because growing up, I was so into the Disney Channel movies, but I don't remember too many of like the soundtracks from them. I remember one because I never saw like I still have no idea what Lemonade Mouth is about.
Oh, I don't
there,
know.
There was a song called "Determinate" from one of their albums. Yeah, that song was on my iPod, my little iPod Touch or not my iPod Touch, like my iPod Classic. I had one of those like ones with like you had to like spin the thing. Yeah. It was like it had the tiny little like 2-inch by 2-inch.
And you would go like
screen.
this to
spin
it.
It had the little circle thing.
Yeah.
Those are the best.
So, Do you want me to kind of like talk about Lemonade Mouth because you haven't seen it? You're not.
Yeah, sure. I mean,
It's like
there's spoilers. But.
So like sum it up very basically.
Spoilers
it's like,
for
It's like
Lemonade
the
Mouth.
Breakfast Club meets like a High School Musical type thing,
Okay.
where like it's just like a group of outcasts who can like
Who's
like-
stone and yeah.
well yeah a little well like well, you know, obviously it's a Disney movie, so like but like, you know, they have like a dude who's like that and they can just like all play instruments and sing.
Yeah.
And then like they have the dude who doesn't really want to be a part of it and like not conform, and then he ends up doing it. And then
Every
do you
Disney
know
movie
how they
ever.
get the name Lemonade Mouth? It's
don't.
because there's this one bully girl and she's talking to like the main girl or whatever, the main singer or whatever, and the main singer girl gets all mad at her. So then she takes a can of lemonade, drinks some of it, and then spits it all over the girl's face, and she goes, "Watch it, Lemonade Mouth." And then then they decide to name their shitty band Lemonade Mouth.
That's a great band name origin story.
Hi guys, welcome to our podcast, Lemonade Mouth.
Skinny white guys and one Asian dude. Yeah, like just I don't know. It's just ridiculous. And then have you ever seen the one movie? It's what is it? Let It Shine. You ever
Oh
seen
my
that one?
gosh, that's my guilty pleasure soundtrack.
No, but that movie, I remember we watched like a little bit of it, and even when I was like 9, it pissed me off, and I was like, okay, I'm turning this off.
You didn't like it?
You don't like it?
I was like, this is not good. Like
What's
even from my 9-year-old eyes, I remember we were so excited. We were waiting. We were sitting there for like the 2-hour long countdown for it, and I was just like, nah, man.
Let It Shine.
Yeah. Oh, you know what it was? It was the same. It came out the same night as Gravity Falls.
Oh,
The Gravity Falls pilot episode completely like took it by storm. I don't know why I remember that, but
Gravity Falls is so
It's
good.
an awesome number one. Gravity Falls is amazing.
That's an amazing show.
But I don't regret watching Let It Shine at all. I still really like
That
it.
soundtrack was in high school. We used to just drive around on the beach playing the Let It Shine soundtrack with our. You guys know Jonah. Yeah, Jonah would be the one to cue it up, and he'd be singing it bar for bar, word for word in the car.
So it's super interesting because number one, like the bars are clean, but they're not the worst thing I've ever heard in my entire life. Like I've listened to like battle rap before, and
There's no Kendrick Lamar features or J. Cole features. For
Yeah,
those
so
that
I
you
mean,
haven't heard it. I
they
know.
probably went like triple platinum, but they were more humble than J. Cole. They never even brought it up without a record label. But
and without features.
yeah, but so yeah, I mean it's really good. And then so it's funny because there's this show called Abbott Elementary on I think NBC or CBS. It's an awesome sitcom. It won a lot of comedy awards and stuff. But one of the characters is from Let It Shine, and I just realized now that is him. The main guy, if you look him up, I cannot remember his name for the life of me, but he drops like some of the most fire bars. I think he does like an 8 Mile thing where like he kind of admits that he's a loser. I think one of the last lines of the rap is like, "I might be a busboy, but you just got served," and then he throws the mic somewhere.
Mom spaghetti.
Yeah,
Me,
exactly.
sweet.
So,
Yeah.
awesome movie. Love Disney Channel movies. Love the music that they make.
Yeah, it's definitely, it's a good pop music for kids, and it's pretty memorable as we grew up on it.
So going back to like what we were talking about earlier with, so we started out when we were like our origin stories, like our first songs, baby's first songs, and then we got into like elementary school into like, I mean, I had like intermediate school, but like elementary school up to like 5th grade, I guess. What about like middle school? Like the Vine age, like 2014, 15.
A little bit of 2016 as well.
Yeah,
So
2016.
I didn't have a phone until high school, so I kind of like didn't have like on-demand music. It was whatever my friends were playing or my parents, I guess. It was still mostly pop. If I want to be 100% like real, like the first time I ever got my own music to listen to and stuff, at the time it was Uzi Vert, and it was 2017. It was Love Is Rage 2, which I have written down. That's the first song, or first album I ever listened to completely, and that was I think 7th grade. So
I never changed it.
and Tom is over here.
Oh, I do remember those.
Yes.
I didn't know that was SoundCloud though. I just kind of like made it with like an app because I
No,
never
this
had.
This isn't SoundCloud's thing, but yes, the
Oh.
app is what did
I was
that.
about to say because I never had SoundCloud.
They're
so-
looking at Tom's profile
So
picture.
Tom never changed his profile picture apparently.
So
it's
yeah.
glorious.
Oh, he's got his old playlist.
Yeah,
He's pulling it
so
up.
these are playlists from
Bad and Bougie.
Can I see when I made these?
Remember,
I don't think I can.
Culture One was such an age, dude.
So
Go back to that time. Jimmy Choo.
I have Jimmy Choo by Fetty Wap, which is an awesome song. No Shimu by Josh A. Josh A was a YouTube rapper who collaborated with a lot of YouTubers who played Call of Duty Zombies. I thought he was really good. Zetsubo no Shima is like the reference there. But after that, Bad and Bougie by Lil
Even has the
Migos.
prod sticker on it.
Yeah,
That's how
but
you
yeah,
know.
yeah.
Gosh.
Like one of the early Metro Boomin. I don't know one of these. And then Cut It by Young Dolph, featuring Young Dolph, if you know that song, rest in peace. So these playlists, I'm sorry, let me give a little bit more context. So this is for my 8th grade basketball league, and it's basketball pregame and basketball postgame. So I'm surprised I knew pre and post. And so pregame, I thought Young Ma's Ooh was a good one.
Never heard it.
What?
I never heard it.
What do you mean you've never heard it?
I never heard Young Ma.
Yes, you have. Young M.A.?
No.
She goes, why she keep calling my phone speaking sexually? You call her Stephanie, I call her Headphony.
Oh,
one of
yeah.
one of the corniest rap
Oh
lines
yeah, I've heard it.
I've ever heard.
Sorry,
in my life.
keep talking.
Too Much Sauce by Lil Uzi Vert. You ever hear that song?
Yeah, if that's
It's
a
Future,
future,
yeah.
that's a great song.
Yeah. X by 21 Savage. Big Sean, Bounce Back, which is number 1, a great song. Big Sean gets
That
slept
should be
on.
your post game song. Bounce back.
I didn't know. And then Migos Pipe It Up, ASAP Ferg, Shabba.
Oh,
Shabba.
that's such a good song.
Shabba's a great song. And then The Game 100 featuring Drake. So those are all like stuff. And then I have a whole bunch of like songs, but please, you guys got to fill in the time.
That's a very like middle school, like, you know, cliche middle school boy. So
He had Uzi, so
I don't
he's
think-
from Philadelphia.
yeah. I don't think in my entire, except for maybe like my sophomore year of high school, that was the only like, it was like for a year maybe I had like a rap era. But before that, I was a weird kid. And so I was really into like techno music in like 6th grade, I remember. Like I was really into the Geometry Dash soundtrack.
Dude, that soundtrack is goated though.
But I would listen to like, so like there's this one guy named Waterflame who also did a lot of the music for Castle Crashers.
Yeah.
And I used to listen to like a lot of his music. I remember when I did track in middle school, I was only a sprinter, but like I would listen to his music as like hype up, like, and I'd run like a 100-meter dash. I'd be running like a 14-second 100, and I'd be like, I'm gonna run so fast today. I'm gonna win.
I'm Matthew Bowling. Yeah.
Yeah, I was. Oh boy. And then I remember I didn't have any like, I had a lot of weird like eras. So like that would come and go in 6th grade, and then 7th grade would come in.
Juice WRLD reference.
7th grade was 7th grade was when I was really into, for some reason, like I really wanted to start learning how to play the violin. And so I got really into listening to just like violin music. And I remember one day in like my first day of woodshop class, because we had woodshop in middle school, my phone went off in like class because I guess I had like the wired like earbuds that had like the little play pause button, and I guess it clicked, and so the music started playing like very faintly, and it was like this intense like violin dubstep music.
Symphony 9 remastered.
Someone's
remix.
like, no, it was if you know who like Lindsey Sterling is, it was like that kind of
No.
music. It's it's almost like electronic violin stuff. It's pretty good actually. Like even today I'll listen to it. Like I have some of her songs on my workout playlist.
It's pretty
like,
cool.
It's pretty
It's
hype.
hype is hype.
No,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
good. Like I'm not even. But it was like a song went off like in my phone. Someone's just like, I hear music, and then I'm like,
No, you don't.
well, I pulled it off. I was like, oh, sorry, my ringtone. And my teacher was like, oh, it's pretty good. I'm like, thank you. But nah, I had some weird music errors. I mean, I still do today. Like one of my biggest like flaws that I can identify with myself is that I'm absolutely atrocious at making playlists, because I don't do it like I'm more like era based. So I'm like, it's a new season, so I'm gonna put on some songs that I like listening to now. So it'll be like songs that are super bright and cheerful, and I'll click shuffle, and it'll be like a super depressing song. Like in the next instant, I'm like, I don't want to listen to this. I'm in a good mood, and then it'll just skip it. But yeah. But there's sometimes once in a while I'll come back to songs that I listened to, and I was like a kid, and I'm like, oh, this is like really good. Like I'm gonna keep. That's how. Because last year that happened to me with Stereo Arts. I was like, oh my gosh, I forgot how good of a song this is.
Well, I had a crazy relapse last year.
Yeah.
It was like on my top 15 most played in 2022. Because
Which song?
Crazy, my Gnarls Barking.
Oh,
the one,
okay.
the one I opened with.
Yeah.
That I had a relapse.
That is a good song though.
I like had a relapse because I think I like, you know, Spotify, if you like your playlist ends or whatever you listen to ends, it just does recommended for you and it just goes on.
Well, you can turn that off. It's just like a repeat button.
Oh, so I didn't turn, like I have it on, and so that song like came on. I was like, oh my, like I had the PTSD.
Yeah,
I'm like
crazy.
on my
The
way
PTSD, but like the good version of it.
Yeah. Sorry,
Nostalgia.
good version. Yeah, like in the car on the way to my sister's gymnastics practice with my DS in the back seat in that song. You know what I mean? Like
pulling out the Picto Chat.
Yeah, like playing, trying to figure out how to get by gym number 2 in Diamond, which was a difficult task.
The Pokemon days, but that's really funny. But a lot of my music that I listen to now is just like one day I'll listen to like I'm in a good mood, I'm gonna listen to happy music, or it's like I'm in a sad mood, I'm gonna listen to sad music.
XXX Tentacion.
No.
Changes.
Not I'm not that down bad. But like the thing is that I'm so bad at making playlists that it's like I have to shuffle through like my playlist, like find songs, and I just cue them because I don't have playlists like designated to emotions, but rather it's just like designated to like time periods in my life.
Yeah.
And so that's my biggest thing is that I suck butt at making playlists. Like I'm abysmal.
Well, that's actually kind of funny that you say it because I actually like love making playlists, and Tom can confirm this. On my Spotify, I got like 12 different playlists, and it's like a lot of different stuff. I have like indie music playlist, I have a rap playlist, I have a trap playlist, I have like a psychedelic rock rap playlist, like kind of just like more slower, vibey Pink Floyd. I have a rock playlist, like metal. I got like a whole different type, and one of my playlists has 8 likes, which I'm pretty proud of, because 3 of those people are randoms, because 5 of them I know are my friends.
Aww.
One of them being Tom.
Look at you, you little celebrity.
Yeah, so.
I'm gonna rain on your parade. One of my playlists has a lot of saves, and it's arguably probably my least favorite one now. It's aggressively sad. It has 23 likes.
Oh, that's good. Never mind. I'm no longer good at making playlists.
No, you still are. I'm just
Tom is
saying. Like, I managed to find the niche of aggressively like sad, and a lot of people, I guess, agreed with it. So
23.
Yeah. So
there's your love that you're looking for. One of those depressed people.
Depressed
look
audience.
at you spreading the love, man.
Yeah. So.
Well, that's why I feel bad, because I put a lot of work into my playlist called Girls, where I find songs that only have like girl in the title, like.
And I have a knockoff version called Run, where every time
everything was wrong.
Run.
Did you have Joji's song Run?
I did.
Yeah, it's a good song.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, like. That one, I feel like, it takes a little bit more effort than just finding some dude screaming or some dude making me cry. So,
I kind of do a lot of that stuff. But I want to take it back slightly. I forgot to mention this. I don't know if there's anybody who listens to this. I don't know. I asked Riley about this earlier. I used to watch this program as a kid. It was a movie. It was like an hour and 30 minutes long. It was called The Alphabet of Nations. It was by this band called They Might Be Giants. It's like an educational.
I feel like I recognize the name They Might Be Giants.
Because it was a popular band in the early 2000s. They made like educational and kids stuff, but they also had a little bit of like, I guess, other type. And so Alphabet of Nations was like all these songs about, I can like, the W song is still in my head. Like right now. Like I can tell you, or Go 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 for G.
Was it like legitimately like kids music?
Yeah, like straight up.
Okay.
I was bumping. I remember like, in high school, I'd just be in the car alone, and when no one was around, I'd just start bumping like "Go Go Go" for G because
wow, dude, that's pretty embarrassing.
Yeah.
Why would you share that?
Oh shoot, guys, you didn't hear the last minute of my rant, but yeah, I just wanted to mention that because like that's the other thing, get the nostalgia, like me sitting in my living room in Atlanta, just listening or like watching that as a little kid, and being like terrified of some of the letters because like I looked weird and
what's wrong with I, you little prejudice?
I have an I in my name, all right, guys, but yeah, and then the first song I was ever obsessed with was "Shoot Up" by Playboi Carti.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's a little bit of a jump.
Yeah,
Were you the same age when you were listening to Alphabet of Nations?
Yeah, at 6 years old, I was a real vamp. I was bumping Playboi.
Real vamp.
No, but that was in, I think, was that 8th grade that came out?
Shooter?
That was 8th grade. Yeah, 2018.
Yeah, it was like 2018 maybe.
So I remember that
2017.
came out, and I was obsessed with that song. It's my most played song on Spotify by over 100 streams. So I was pretty obsessed. But yeah.
I love like when like you can do like the Receiptifies or like the
Yeah.
Spotify pie charts. It shows you like all your statistics about like songs you've listened to and like genres and everything.
Because I didn't listen to that song in like 3 years. Like, I mean, every once in a while it'll come up.
Yeah.
But I look and it was like a crazy amount more plays than my next best. Like, and I'm like, how? Like in 8th grade, what was I? Did I just listen to that like over and over again?
It's a good song.
I probably did.
Well, it's an addicting song. And I think it's interesting that like we get like very like attached to like songs in that moment. Like for me, like I've been listening to like this one album on repeat from like this smaller band that I really like, and like I've only been listening to that really, and like I'll just walking to and from class, like I'll just put it on, and I just love hearing it over and over again. But I remember like I had a phase where I was listening to only Hall & Oates, and Riley,
Oh, I remember.
he despises like yacht rock, I guess, or just specifically Hall & Oates.
No, it's more like yacht rock.
I'm
Because
not-
I mean, I don't want to say I despise Hall & Oates. Like I like Private Eyes. it was just like if there's any band that you're gonna like obsess over, like why
Was it
John Hall and
Daryl
Daryl
Oates.
Daryl Oates.
Daryl.
No, Daryl Hall and John Oates. I didn't mean to like mess that up. That wasn't a joke. That was just an embarrassing.
Well,
moment.
so I mean that's fine, and like I appreciate you being very patient with me.
Oh no, because the thing is, I don't want to ever criticize anyone for their music taste.
Because everyone's
Like-
unique, like upcoming or unique, like just development.
There's a lot worse like artists or like genres that you could have played that would have like absolutely corrupted my baby ears. But I'm grateful that you played something nice and holy like Hall & Oates.
Well, I mean,
Real
they,
holy
they
Private
got some.
Eyes,
They
yeah.
got some awesome songs. Like Man Eater. Man Eater's
Man
an
Eater-
awesome
Man Eater's a good
song.
song, yeah.
She's Gone.
Mhm.
Super good song. Whatchamacallit?
I'm
Rich
not,
Girl.
I'm not a,
classic.
I was about to say I'm
I'm a
not a
rich
fan of
girl.
Rich Girl.
You don't like Rich Girl?
It's not a great song.
I mean, it's just
It's a
I'm
bop.
not saying it's a bad song. It's a timeless song. I just personally am not a fan. That doesn't make it a bad song.
It's a dumb song.
Yeah.
It's a very stupid song.
It's a
but I
stupid
like it.
'80s cash in.
Well, they knew what they were doing. I mean, look, it's a fine song. I don't mind listening to it every once in a while. But yeah, I just like, I don't know, like they could like just find that little thing in my brain, and I'm like, ooh, Rich Girl. I've got to listen to it again for the 5th time today. Like it just makes sense. So yeah, I mean, that was my Hall & Oates kick. You said in 5th grade you liked electronic music, right? Like
Yeah, that was like 6th grade, like because I was that was like around the time that my dad would force me to go to the gym with him every Sunday to lose weight. So that was actually when I started picking up like treadmill running because he'd make me run like 25 minutes on the treadmill and I'd be listening to the Geometry Dash soundtrack the whole time. I also got really into Martin Garrix at the time.
Oh,
He's good.
Animals. And,
Animals type stuff
yeah.
like Proxy.
Yeah.
Wizard is a really good song by him, but like the old Martin Garrix, not like
The new one.
yeah. Although I love some of his new stuff, like I can't lie.
If we're talking that too, I went through a pretty big Daft Punk phase.
Daft Punk.
Yeah, that was more high school for me, but I mean, as a kid, I remember everyone remembers listening to Get Lucky on the radio.
Yeah,
Or
yeah.
something. All right, everyone's heard One More Time at your family's New Year's party, at least one time.
no, it's a good
Yes.
one more time. At least one more
Well,
time.
at least one more time. I used to bop that in the gym. One more time would be my final, because I like to plank at the end of my workouts just to see. That would be my one more time. Would be my last plank exercise.
My intro to Daft Punk actually was the Daft Punk medley that Pentatonics did back in like 2014. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I don't.
It's the coolest video on YouTube.
I'll have to check.
I
it
don't
out.
even
Yeah.
really. I'm like Pentatonics, like whatever. But that video like shook me to my bones when I was like 11. But given I was into weird music back then, but it's really cool. It's like a 5-minute long Daft Punk medley where
That's
they just
pretty cool.
compile a bunch of their songs.
Yeah.
They do a really good job.
Yeah, I love Daft Punk, so I still listen to it. A lot of their stuff is on my rotation in the gym still. Doing It Right, Touch, Lose Yourself to Dance, One More Time.
Yeah, it's
Curtis
probably
Blow.
all in there. They have
Yeah,
so many.
There's a lot of them.
So I would definitely recommend giving that a view,
Yeah.
a YouTube view or a listen, a Spotify listen. But
I might have to.
Well, so like Daft Punk is definitely. I think they are credited with like a lot of production, like.
Oh, so much production.
Yeah.
Stronger Kanye.
Yeah, exactly.
Um,
Like stuff like that.
They broke up recently, no?
They did,
Yeah.
yeah.
Was it
I think
was it only
they-
2 guys?
Yeah, it was 2 dudes.
But I think they're releasing something else as well.
I hope so,
I think they
dude.
put something. No, they released something recently. I thought, or they
No
were
way.
teasing something on like TikTok or something because I saw there was something out there. Hold
Like I
on.
don't think it was beef. It was just that they were just like be done.
Yeah,
being
they
they've
were
been,
tired.
they've been so good for like, yeah. Discovery was in 2001.
Yeah, though they've been around since '93. That's when they started.
Yeah, I remember there was something I saw on like Watch Mojo when I was like little that they had like a really iconic music video or something from like 1998. I just forget what song it was for.
probably like it was probably in that Journey album or whatever.
Maybe it was like 97.
They've
98.
They lasted longer than like Yugoslavia was a country. Like it's absolutely insane.
Yeah.
Like like they were around 1994. Oh, so that was after the
Well, they also did the Weekend stuff too.
yeah.
They did Starboy, and then they also did Tron.
Yeah, the Tron soundtrack.
No, it's
yes.
phenomenal. Dude.
So like, and it's cool because I like that DJs like can like get into the music industry and be recognized because I think
except for DJ Khaled, that guy's
well he's not really a DJ. He's like a producer.
just like to yell and it's I don't know.
DJ Khaled.
He's just a fat.
Another one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that was
But-
loud.
One of my like
Listeners beware.
So this is like a big like loop back around because so I mentioned like 5th grade and all that. So I used to be a huge Skrillex fan. I love Dirty Monsters and Nice Sprites. Like I love Bangarang. I love like all of those types of songs. Like
Only Skrillex song I kind of got into was Wild for the Night, ASAP Rocky.
that's a great one.
The only one I ever liked was because it was on the Just Dance soundtrack, but it was Rock and Roll Will Take You to the Mountain.
That's a great song.
Yeah.
I've never heard it.
That's an awesome song.
Yeah.
Like you got it. I'm saying like now is the time to get back into him because he's been on like a lot of projects recently, like helping produce. And then him and one of the biggest EDM artists in the world right now, Fred again, I have released a song called Rumble. Very like it's a really good song. And so I'm happy to see that he's still like making music. Like I understand like people in the dubstep scene didn't really like him specifically because he brought in a lot of people that didn't like the artistic side of it, just more like the headbang side. But now he's really expanding artistically. It only took like 10 years, but I like to see it.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. You. I don't know about you, Lewis, but I know you, Tom, are very much into like the EDM kind of scene.
I mean, I'm more of the funky kind of. That's why I like Daft Punk.
Yeah.
And some of the like Calvin Harris. I love what is it? Funk Wave Bounces or Funk Bounce Wave.
I don't even know.
It's the one with. It's basically the song with like Rollin', Slide, all those recent like 5 years ago, and
Yeah.
Pharrell Williams, which he's also another one of those people that he just innovates with production, and he was always a present in your childhood, like whether it be on Daft Punk, Lose Yourself to Dance, or Happy. From everyone knows Happy from Despicable Me because he did that album.
Yeah.
So that's another cool one.
Yeah, the only like kind of like music like that. I mean, it's not even. I guess it's more ties into like the Martin Garrix type. But like my whole life up until now, like still today, I've always been like a huge Avicii fan.
Oh, we didn't
Yeah,
talk about
Rest
that.
in peace, Avicii.
Yeah.
That was he was always the one that I was
Wake
like,
Me Up, dude. Yeah. So
move
good.
my mind, body, and spirit
Yeah.
all at
You
once.
used to bump that song a lot.
Yeah.
I had to sing Hey Brother for a concert,
Great
like the 5th or
song.
6th grade or something.
That's like his other big iconic one. Yeah, he has a lot though, like his whole discography. Even the album, so the album Tim that came out the year after he died, 2019, phenomenal.
I haven't listened to it.
Did he pass away in 2018?
2018. It's been
God, that
almost 5
feels-
years.
Yeah.
April 20th,
Dang,
died on
dude.
4/20.
That's absolutely insane.
Dang.
Like, it doesn't feel like the time has really passed.
No, we were freshmen. Well, Tom and I were.
Yeah, you.
Yeah, you were in middle school still.
Like, yeah, I
You
remember
were a
when
wee child.
I remember when X died, and I remember when.
Yeah, that was the same year. That was
yeah,
2018.
I
right?
remember that. That was
that,
big. 'Cause
That would have been right after. Didn't he pass away in like June?
yeah, because
May or
it
June?
was right after we graduated. It was
Yeah.
June. Yeah.
So Avicii was April.
yeah. That was a
Yeah.
rough year. Because
That was a
then
wild year.
yeah, Juice died what 2 years later or a year
Juice?
later.
He was 2021. Yeah.
No, he was earlier than
He was
that.
early- he
was
before-
before
Oh,
COVID.
2020.
Yeah, he was pre-COVID.
Yeah, he
Because-
was.
That was around Kobe.
So it
And
was,
Nipsey Hussle too.
It was after Kobe. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was sad.
So
Rip Kobe.
I remember that because COVID was 2020. Yeah, so I went to Made in America, which is a music festival in Philadelphia, and I saw that was one of his last shows live because that was in September. That was September 2nd, September 1st, or whatever. It's like that Labor Day weekend.
2019.
Yeah, and then like
Yeah,
early
would
2020.
have been like 3 months or so.
Yeah, so
I guess we could, if you guys want to close out with talking about just some of the music we listen to now, you can just give them over and say like, because we talked about up till high school kind of.
Yeah. So what do we listen to now?
Yeah, so I can start. As mentioned before, I do a lot of Kid Cudi. I love all the Man on the Moon albums, all 3 of them. I listen to a lot of Ye West, which his older stuff between 2004 and 2010. He's been my most listened to artist on Spotify for 3 straight years, and I've been in the 0.0001 listeners for 3 straight years. I listen to mostly a lot of hip hop, but like I said, I get a lot into the Daft Punk, Calvin Harris. I also like a lot of the dance stuff as well. And my other notable artists I listen to are Mac Miller, XXXTentacion, Travis Scott, and I like Rihanna. Yeah.
you like Rihanna? Okay. For me, like right now, I'm sort of just listening to this like.
Oh,
band.
and sorry, Playboi Carti is my favorite artist. Yeah.
He is.
All right, sorry, I'm a vamp. All right, keep going. Yeah, sorry, I had to interject.
Yeah. So the person I listen to right now is Silver Warehouse is like a small band from North Dakota, but I really like their music. I think they're pretty cool. I found them. Thank God bless the Spotify algorithm.
It's more like like alt rock, right?
Yeah. So they're like a really early version of like the Arctic Monkeys and stuff like that. I like listening to the Backseat Lovers. They're another really good, like more popular, obviously, like sort of like indie rock or anything like that.
Tom got me
pop-
into the
pop-
Backseat Lovers.
Yeah, pop rock. When it comes to like rap music or whatever, Babytron's a lot of fun. I think he's just hilarious. I love like the bars that he spits. Like, I think the one today was like push the pedal on the hawk to make the eagle sing or something like that. It's just something crazy about track hawks and stuff. And then when it comes to like EDM music, like
JID.
Oh, JID,
Yeah.
I like JID. For electronic music, like Knock 2 is definitely big. Clune, CLOONE, and Fred Again are probably like the really big ones that I like. So yeah, I mean those are like the genres that I'm listening to right now. And then country music, I just started getting into Zach Bryan because I'm thinking about going to his concert. So yeah, that's all I'm listening to at the moment.
Yeah, so like Tom, I'm kind of like more of like a diverse, discography person where I definitely would consider myself more country as opposed to like I don't really listen to rap music that much anymore compared to how much I did in high school. But I'm actually more or less into folk music as opposed to rather like indie folk music as opposed to like country music. Though I'm kind of like into both, especially like more like Zach Bryan, like what Tom was saying, like Tyler Childers. I know Tom's into him as well.
Yeah.
But one of the bands I've gotten really into lately, like within the last year, is a band called Lord Huron, who did they did like the Night We Met song from like 13 Reasons Why that blew up a lot like 6 years ago when that show came out.
Never seen it,
But they're really good. Like in my opinion, like I only started listening. I listened to a few of their songs like a few years back, and I always like kind of liked their few songs that I knew. And then I started deep diving into their albums, and I started listening to them a lot more last year. But my all-time favorite band that I listened to like from 2013 on, like nonstop, like to this day, is actually like they're not even from here. They're like an Icelandic folk band called Of Monsters and Men, who were they were really famous.
I've heard of them.
Yeah, they were really famous back in 2012 because that was when they dropped their first album that had like Little Talks on it.
Oh, that's
that
them.
blew
Okay,
up.
yeah.
That song blew up.
Yeah, I
And,
like that song.
Dirty Paws was another one, but that's one of those bands that like you gotta like deep dive into their albums, like lack thereof, because they started out folk music and now they've turned more into like indie rock, like alt rock type, and I definitely like recommend 11 out of 10. But other than that. Not much. My music is very scattered. So
Cool. I think it's cool to like listen to a lot of different because I think it's a lot of fun. Variety is the spice of life. So
Yeah, Tom sends me music on a daily basis. He got me into JID, and then and Kenny Beats.
yeah, Kenny Beats. Oh,
Because I already love Denzel Curry, and then you sent me Kenny Beats, and then we mashed in that one album, and we're like, yeah, but
that was insane. They faked a whole bunch of Twitter beef. It was hilarious.
yeah.
If you guys ever have a chance, go on like Boiler Room, look up Kenny Beats, like whatchamacallit set, like his Boiler Room set, and look up the Danny Glover to Beef Playboi Carti
Ooh.
transition. It is transient.
It will change your life. I watch it on a daily basis.
Yeah.
So, but yeah. Anything else?
No. Not,
No, I
not,
believe so. Sorry, I just had to tell someone to fuck off really fast.
Yeah.
Other
than the Donkey Kong soundtrack that Lewis and I listened to.
Sorry, I
every now
didn't
and
talk
then.
about
That
my
was-
religion.
No, we don't need to.
We're not getting into religion today, right?
You're right. I'm sorry. Too political.
Yeah. But with that being said, Aquatic Ambience is on top. So, all right.
Yeah. Anything else? I think
that's it for
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
we're
Follow your dreams and
our musical timeline, man.
Fuck, no one even brought up Mac Miller and like kids and
I
stuff
can't-
like that.
He said.
Yeah.
I think Lewis said. Mac
yeah,
Miller
that's why I
once.
listen. I listen to a lot of Mac. Yeah, we can talk about religion later though. Politics.
Yeah. Man.
All right. Well, everyone, have a great, wonderful rest of your day and
Yeah. Happy listening.
happy. And yeah. I hope we give you some food for listening.
Yeah. Ear food.
Ear food.
Yum.
Yay.
Scrum diddly umptious. All right. Take care.